Sabalenka crushes Andreeva. Gauff makes historic comeback. Welcome to Tie Break News, your go-to channel for women's tennis updates. Aryna Sabalenka remains unstoppable at the Australian Open with her 18th consecutive win, delivering a dominant performance against Mirra Andreeva. Meanwhile, Coco Gauff showcased incredible resilience by staging an epic comeback against Belinda Bencic, securing her spot in the quarterfinals where she'll face Paula Badosa in an unmissable clash. Want to know how these stars are making history in Melbourne? Stay tuned for all the details. Sabalenka routs Andreeva for 18th straight Australian Open win. World number 1 Aryna Sabalenka booked her place in the Australian Open quarterfinals for the third consecutive year with a commanding 6-1, 6-2 victory over Mirra Andreeva. This win marked her 18th consecutive victory at the tournament, further cementing her dominance in Melbourne. The 17-year-old Russian, who famously defeated Sabalenka in their last Grand Slam meeting at Roland Garros, was unable to replicate that success. This time, Sabalenka broke Andreeva's serve 4 times and held her own serve impeccably, showcasing her strength under the sunny conditions of Rod Laver Arena. Sabalenka praised Andreeva's maturity and talent after the match despite her young age. The Belarusian also commented on the fast playing conditions, saying that the ball felt like it was flying like a rocket, which played to her aggressive style. With 15 winners, only 11 unforced errors, and 3 aces, Sabalenka delivered a high level of consistency and aggression. Following the match, she expressed satisfaction with her straight sets win and hoped the conditions would continue to favor her game as the tournament progresses. Next, Sabalenka will face 27th seed Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova in the quarterfinals. Pavlyuchenkova, a Roland Garros finalist in 2021, advanced by defeating Donna Vekic 7-6-0, 6-0. This will be an intriguing matchup as Pavlyuchenkova leads their head-to-head 2-1, with their last meeting occurring in 2021 during the Russians' run to the French Open final. Their history adds even more anticipation to this encounter. In addition to her dominant performance against Andreeva, Sabalenka's numbers this season have been remarkable. In 2024, she defeated Andreeva twice in the early weeks, including a semi-final win in Brisbane. During this 4th-round match, she saved all 3 breakpoints she faced, particularly in a crucial 6th game of the second set, the only game on her serve that went to deuce. Sabalenka's 9-0 start to the 2024 season and her 18-match win streak at the Australian Open are exceptional feats. This run ties her with Victoria Azarenka for the longest winning streak at the tournament this decade. Since 2020, Sabalenka has reached the quarterfinals or better in 11 of 15 Grand Slam appearances, showcasing her consistency on the biggest stages. A standout stat is Sabalenka's undefeated streak in sets at Melbourne. Since lifting the trophy last year, she has won 24 consecutive sets at the tournament. This includes the 2023 final where she overcame Elena Rybakina after dropping the opening set. With such dominant form and increasingly confident performances, Sabalenka remains one of the top contenders to reclaim the title in Melbourne. Gauff battles past Bencic into Australian Open quarters. Faces Badosa next. 3rd seed Coco Gauff showed tremendous grit to secure her spot in the Australian Open quarterfinals. In a thrilling battle, Gauff defeated Belinda Bencic, the 2021 Olympic gold medalist and new mom, in a comeback victory, 5-7, 6-2, 6-1 on Rod Laver Arena. Despite dropping her first set of the season, Gauff stayed composed, regained control, and sealed her 9th consecutive win of the year. The American praised Bencic's strength, but admitted that adopting a more aggressive approach was key to turning the match around. The win places Gauff in an elite group of players, making her the first to start consecutive seasons 9-0 since Victoria Azarenka 2013, and the youngest to achieve this since Monica Seles 1992 to 1993. In the quarterfinals, Gauff will face 11th seed Paula Badosa, who defeated Olga Danilovic 6-1, 7-6, 2. The two players are tied in their head-to-head record with 3 wins each, but Gauff has claimed victory in their last 2 meetings in 2024. Both players enter the match in strong form, setting the stage for a high-stakes, high-quality encounter. With this win, Gauff has now reached her 8th Grand Slam quarterfinal. Before turning 21, only 3 other players, Maria Sharapova, Serena Williams, and Kim Clijsters, have surpassed this milestone in the 21st century. Gauff, aiming for her second consecutive semifinal in Melbourne, remains one of the leading contenders after her 2023 US Open triumph. The match against Bencic was filled with twists and turns. Gauff started strong, but saw the Swiss player adjust her game, breaking serve twice to clinch the first set. Gauff made critical errors, including double faults at key moments, but managed to change her strategy in the second set. She didn't face a single breakpoint in the set and tallied 17 winners, compared to Bencic's 2. In the deciding set, Gauff maintained her intensity and finished the match authoritatively. She now boasts a 16-6 record in 3-set Grand Slam matches, reinforcing her reputation as a resilient competitor. After the win, Gauff highlighted the importance of adapting her game and taking risks to overcome aggressive players like Bencic. Paula Badosa, on the other hand, had her own challenges en route to her first Australian Open quarterfinal. Trailing 5-2 in the second set against Danilovic, Badosa mounted a comeback, sealing the tiebreak with solid serving, including 7 aces. This marks her best campaign in Melbourne and her 3rd career Grand Slam quarterfinal. Badosa, the WTA Comeback Player of the Year in 2024, continues to make history for Spain. She's the first Spaniard to reach the Melbourne quarterfinals since Garbiñe Muguruza in 2020, and the first to achieve this in consecutive slams since 2015. Now, she looks to build on this momentum against Gauff in a decisive clash. These wins by Sabalenka and Gauff highlight why the Australian Open is the ultimate stage for women's tennis. Now we want to hear from you. Can Sabalenka continue her historic streak? And will Gauff overcome Badosa to reach the semifinals? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Tiebreak News for all the updates.